Go ahead and kick this thing off. So big waves out there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And guys, I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the love yesterday. You all are amazing and you're so patient with me, and I greatly appreciate it because sometimes we absolutely need it. So we're going to try to just keep things on track this morning, but I just want to say your love for me was incredible yesterday, and I'm so incredibly grateful for it. So thank you guys for all of that. And it was really good with that word. So today's word is the word service. And I thought this was a great one. And this was one that you guys suggested to us. I don't know who's turned it in because it went through Palmer, but I greatly appreciate it. And please do me a service and keep throwing words, because I've got, I think maybe 6 or 8 right now on the list. But I always need more to choose from. So keep them coming, and we'll keep doing them. But service is the work performed by one that serves, contribution to the welfare of others. And I found quite a few quotes on this one, but I'm going to try to stick with just one. But it says, as we lose ourselves in the services of others, we discover our own lives and our own happiness. And that's Dieter Uchtdorf. I don't know how to pronounce it. Google it. I'll type it and put it in the chat because I don't know how to pronounce it. But I thought, man, isn't that true? Like, we really share and learn so much about ourselves when we take the time to serve others. And so that's kind of what I looked into today, were just some ways that we could serve our community. What are some things that we all could do, each and every day, or maybe once a week, or at some point, just to serve the people in our life. So first of all, practice those simple acts of kindness. And I think we see those like really around like Christmas time, where people will say, oh, find a way to do a simple act of kindness, but we can do that all year long. And that can be something as small as when you're at the grocery store, you let the person behind you go in front of you, right? Like, oh, you've got less stuff in your cart, you go ahead. Or you've got a kid on your hip, go ahead. Or you just look like you're in a bigger hurry than I am, go ahead. And that little moment, like, have you ever had somebody let you go in front of them in line? And you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like a superhero right now. And thank you so much, Dapo, for putting that quote in there. Good Googling. But it just makes you feel so cared for. Such a kind thing. I actually had something happen. I think we should all do this too. I've never experienced this. This happened yesterday driving, where somebody flashed their lights. So I'm driving down the road and somebody flashed the lights at me. And I'm like, oh, somebody just flashed their lights at me. I wonder why. And they said, oh, that means slow down. There's a police officer ahead. And I thought, oh, well, I try to, kind of follow traffic laws for the most part, but I did slow down, and there was a police officer came by, and I thought, wow, how sweet. They just probably saved me from a little bit of a ticket and kept me a little bit safer. But, bright people every once in a while, if you see a police officer, or buy coffee for a stranger, or if you see some drooping flowers, I don't know, maybe water your neighbor's flower bed. I don't know, maybe get permission on that one. I'd probably drown it, but just find a way to do a little chore or share a little bit of love, surprise somebody with cookies in the neighborhood. I don't know, but just find a way to just do a little tiny act of service and see how that shares and spreads a little bit of joy in the community. Next is to volunteer. And this doesn't mean that you have to sign up for this year-long project, or, you have to commit this huge amount of time. Just find a little way to volunteer. So it could be a local nonprofit that speaks to you in some way. Marlene and I could volunteer at the local library. That could be really fantastic. Why haven't I done that yet? I really need to. Marlene, let's go do it. Find an animal shelter and go wash the blankets for them. They always need that. Like, you'll hear that all the time, or they'll ask for more blankets. Find a local 5K event and hand out water, or a longer race, or whatever you can do. Go to the YMCA and see if they would accept you as a volunteer. The Red Cross, a retirement home. There's so many different aspects that we can go volunteer that just helps the community. Another way that you don't even have to do organize is go pick up a little bit of trash. This is something we haven't done in way too long, but when the kids were little, that was what we would used to do when we went to the park. We'd say, okay, in order to play, we got to clean up a little bit first because I'm that lunatic mom, but we would each have our little grocery bag and we would go have to pick up, maybe I'd make them do like 5 pieces of trash, but they didn't even complain because it was just part of it. We would run around, we'd pick up a little bit of trash and we would leave the place a little bit better than when we got there. And we can all do that in so many different aspects of our life. Next is to donate clothes or other goods. And I don't know about your house. I'm looking around here. It looks great in the picture because that's Partner Co. But the real Roster Co. can be a little bit of a mess. It gets cluttered. We end up with, just extras. You go through the pantry and you've got more than you need and all of these things. And so it can make our life a little bit better by taking the time to declutter, but then we can also share that with somebody else that maybe could absolutely use it. So go through your home and, maybe those pants that you're probably never going to wear again, maybe because you're on the Slenderize program and you're not going to be that size ever again. Well, go give those pants to the local, charity and see who can use that for themselves, or go through your pantry, but find a way to fill the needs for others. On that note, is help a friend in need. Every single one of us probably has somebody in our life that's got some needs. And it could be they need a listening ear, or maybe they have a financial need, or maybe they're a new mom that's just overwhelmed and they need to be fed. I don't know what the need is, but we all have people in our life with needs. So slow down for a minute to look around and see if you can find it and if you can fill it. I always say this, mow people's lawn. Guys, somebody teach me how to mow lawns so that I can put my money where my mouth is, because I've never done it. But mow somebody's lawn, or bring them a meal, or just call them and listen, or offer to give their kids a ride to school, pick up their dry cleaning. Do people do that anymore? But just find a way to fill that need where you can. And then lastly, the last way that I thought of that we can serve our community is share your talents. Every single one of us is good at something, right? Some of us are just good at the waterworks, but we're all good at something. We'll say I'm good at sharing my heart. We're all really, really good at something. So share it. Maybe you're really great at creating a PowerPoint, and a lot of people that need a good PowerPoint, right? If you're involved with us, we all need a really good PowerPoint. Well, go build one and share it, or go share those skills. Maybe you know how to grow a beautiful garden, or maybe you know how to, I don't know, whatever it is, but go share those talents, because each of us were given beautiful, amazing individual talents by God that we should develop and use to serve others. So we were created to absolutely share those gifts with the people in our life. So guys, that's what I had for you this morning. Short and sweet today, but I love each and every one of you. Thanks for tuning in. Coach will be back with us tomorrow. So everybody take a moment, send some good vibes to Mackenzie. Hopefully she kills it in that championship today. But I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful Thursday, and I'll see y'all back tomorrow. So love you guys. Have a beautiful day.
Thank
God bless
you.
you.
Great job.
Thank you.